And I always thought it was kind of funny because for me, physics is not complete. It's not nearly complete, but most physicists think that we understand most of the structure of reality. I don't know how big the frontier is. I don't actually think it has a limit. I don't believe in infinity as a physical thing, but I think as a receding horizon, I think because the universe is getting bigger, you can never know all of it.
One is for how much mystery I think there's out there.
99% mystery, 1% known.
In terms of like really big, important questions.
Yeah.
It's like the list, say there's going to be like 200 chapters. Like the stuff that's going to remain true.
But you think the book has a finite size.
Yeah.
And I don't. I mean, not that I believe in infinities, but I think the size of the book is growing. So do you think the universe has an end? If you think it's a book with an end?
I think the number of words required to describe how the universe works has an end, yes. It's probably there's just a huge number of universes, and it's like universes inside universe.
I think universes inside universes is maybe possible.
Every time we assume this is all there is, it turns out there's much more. I mean, the future is bigger than the past, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. In the past, according to you, it's already gigantic.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's consistent with many worlds, right? Because like there's this constant branching. So, but it doesn't really have a directionality to it. I don't know, many worlds is weird. So my interpretation of reality is like if you folded up like all that bifurcation of many worlds and you just fold it into the structure that is you, and you just said you are all of those many worlds, and like that sort of, like your history like converged on you, but like you're actually an object exists that's like that was selected to exist, and you're self-consistent with the other structures. So like the quantum mechanical reality is not the one that you live in. It's this very deterministic classical world, and you're carving a path through that space. But I don't think that you're constantly branching into new spaces. I think you are that space.
Wait, so to you at the bottom, it's deterministic. I thought you said the universe.
No, it's random at the bottom, right? But like this randomness that we see at the bottom of reality, that is quantum mechanics. I think like people have assumed that is reality. And what I'm saying is like all those things you see in many worlds, all those versions of you, just collect them up and bundle them up, and like they're all you. And what has happened is, like elementary particles don't live in a deterministic universe. The things that we study in quantum experiments, they live in this fuzzy random space. But as that structure collapsed and started to build structures that were deterministic and evolved into you are a very deterministic macroscopic object. And you can look down on that universe that doesn't have time in it, that random structure. And you can see that all of these possibilities look possible, but they're not possible for you because you're constrained by this giant like causal structural history. So you can't live in all those universes. You'd have to go all the way back to the very beginning of the universe and retrace everything again to be a different you.
So where's the source of the free will for the macro object?
It's the fact that you're a deterministic structure living in a random background. And also all of that selection bundled in you allows you to select on possible futures. So that's where your will comes from. And there's just always a little bit of randomness because the universe is getting bigger. And, this idea that the past is and the present is not large enough yet to contain the future. The extra structure has to come from somewhere. And some of that is because outside of those giant causal structures that are things like us, it's fucking random out there.